just having a look at some of these players that people are recommending. Whether it's worth me trying to bring them in. Yeah, I think people misunderstood the question here, because the guy said he usually starts in the 6th to 7th tier, and they're recommending players for League 1, which is not the 6th to 7th tier. League 1 is the 3rd tier. Big difference. Okay, this Craig Phillips guy looks pretty damn good. Question is, will he join? Ah, see? It's a wage issue now. I think it is also reflected by age and where they come from. So you're not going to pay 180 quid to someone who's come from like 3 leagues below you. That's just not on. This guy could be good. Oh no, he costs money. Horsham's Noel Williams. There's the Slimbridge scout report. We'll go for attacking movement again. See if I could bring this guy in, Jones. I mean, even if I could bring in a right winger, I could then play Meenan on the left. Jordan Williams, though, this is a guy who, the last time I did this Hatfield experiment, I signed him on a free transfer. And I think he stayed with me from the Isthmian level up to League 1, I think, or the Championship. And he was still a regular starter. So it's really, really interesting to see just how good these guys can end up being. I'm going to do some searches for some of these players that have been recommended. So Logan Martin is the first one. Yep, he's there. Can I loan him? Okay, that's one. Morabito. Nope. He's not come up. Okay. Next. Let's have a look at this guy. Diaby. What's his first name? Alassane Diaby. There's Abdoulaye Diaby. I have a feeling he's a first teamer. So we won't be able to bring him in. Yeah, first team commitments. I don't think somehow that he would join us even if he wasn't a first team. I might see if I can get some cheeky loans in with these players. Joseph Thompson. Joseph. Oh, I should probably put his first name in as well. Oh. I might have stumbled across... This is not the player that was recommended. Come on. But he does still look like a pretty good shout. Yeah, this guy was playing as Rochdale, so I really did think he's misunderstood the question. Okay, they've offered a contract for Ben Jones. Williams' offer accepted. Okay, he's not interested. Fine. I might try again with him next season. McLaughlin. What's his first name? Ian. Goalkeeper. Nope, not on here. Although, Stephen McLaughlin, are you a first team player? It looks like you could well be since you've got a squad number. Although, Southend, they could be a team that I could get a team report from, because they might have some players available. Aha. Here we go. Someone who started off in level 11. And they found some players worth looking at. So, Tony Stokes is the first one they recommended. Wow. He actually does... No, player. Actually, what was it you wanted? Player... Under 18's manager. Yeah. I might have come in a bit too late for him. He's been described as a goal machine though. See if I could bribe him. Nope. Okay, next one is Jermaine Hollis. He fits the criteria. He's 34. Be interesting to see how good he turns out to be. Next up, Ross Colquhoun. Is that how you say it? C-O-L-Q. Whoops. U-H. Yeah, Ross Colquhoun. Okay, and then the final one. Oh no, two more, sorry. Wafula. Always want to sign an LLM. Ah, he can play left attacking midfield, so let's have a look at him. And then the absolute final one is Andy Smart. Okay, something tells me he's not going to want to join us now. I'm guessing he did used to be a player. Yes. High up as Macclesfield in League 2. Not long ago, only 10 years ago. Someone who's talking about Tranmere. Someone signed 3 Brazilians for Cambridge. Interesting. Oh, Cavier offering me an interview. Thank you very much, but no thank you. Right. Interesting. That's one of the Brazilians. Schumacher. The next one was... God, hang on. Let me open up the picture. Luizio. Yeah, I think they're generated players by the looks of it. They've been around for a while, but it looks like they're not available on every database. Actually, is this 2017? Yeah, this is 2017. Interesting. What was really interesting was I typed in Schumacher and Steve Schumacher of Steamish didn't come up. So where's he gone? Let's see, he didn't leave there. Jamie Gray, you still available on a free transfer? You are still available on a free transfer. See if I could bring you in on trial. Luke Slater. You're on trial with Mansfield at the moment. Okay. Aha. You're another player I used to try and sign. Let's get you scouted up again. So where did Schumacher go? Because he'd be a good player for us. Charlie Lee, are you available? No? You're a coach now? Okay. Ryan Johnson. He's gone to Gateshead. Yeah, no, Gateshead are 2 leagues above us, so that's quite a... Oh look, Daniel Burke, Bryce Gordon. Where is Steve Schumacher? He exists? God, Jamie Jones is retired. He'd have been awesome as a goalkeeper for us. Okay. Rowan Liebird, are you available? You're at Grimsby at the moment. Kagosi and Claire, you're available, are you? You're at Dundee. See, he looks like a good left back as well. Here's me wanting to play football, but actually, I'm so busy looking at all of these players that were available. Nathan Kerr. I'm guessing he's first teamer for them now. Ben Wilmot. Michael Krieg and Jacob Crowd. Where is... There he is. Steven Schumacher. Yeah, he's gone. Wow, they signed Shola Omiobi. Matt Godden. We're at Cambridge. What's this finishing? 11 to 15. I knew he was good. Fraser Franks at AFC Wimbledon. Tom Pett. You did not release Tom Pett. He's available on a free transfer. Bring him in on trial. If I could get Tom Pett into my team, what a team we would have then. And these are all players that they've brought in. This guy looks quite interesting. He's at Wickham now. Okay, let's actually continue, because we do have a match coming up against Slimbridge, and I would quite like to get into that match. Looks like Stevenage are 1-0 at half time as well, which is awesome. That'll be our 5th win in a row if we do see it through. Right, Ben Atkinson they've dismissed. It might have something to do with the fact that we're due to play them. They probably don't want one of their best players turning out for the opposition 2 days later. Seems a lot of people are watching the football instead of watching me. It's still football, guys. I am on the list. Sorry, very unprofessional for me to be checking the list while I'm actually streaming. Mind you, it's a long load screen. So yeah, I mean, we are trying to sort of... What's the phrase I'm looking for? Try and nip in ahead of some of the other teams, shall we say, and actually get some of these best players. The cream of the crop, shall we say. Trying to swoop in and sort of peck them up. But the idea is, if we can get some decent players with us now that can stay with us for 2-3 seasons, hopefully by the time their contracts expire, or by the time that they're not good enough for us anymore, or whatever it might be, we decide to sell them on, we'll be in the Football League, because we are 3 seasons away from the Football League. Which seems like a long time, but on this game that goes relatively quickly. I reckon I can get through half a season in an evening. I feel like I only felt like I played 2 or 3 games last night after the stream. It turned out I played about 4 or 5. So there's definitely some quickness about it. That being said, I guess streaming doesn't help because there's a lot of processing power being used for that, and the computer goes a bit slower. But this is a very long load screen. But yeah, some of those young wingers that we were looking at, or some of those wingers, I didn't actually see how old they were. If we can nip some of them, even as just as cover, we could end up in a good position. And you know, that's never a bad thing, is it? Have wingers coming out of our ears. I'd much rather be in that position right now, trust me. Okay. So this Joe Thompson guy, can I tempt you? No, doesn't think the squad's strong enough. What about this Hollis guy? Oh, he's only half a star. Now this guy at centre back, quite interesting. Again, it's about the money. How frustrating. Won't join us because of the money. Okay, Sudbury, don't want to let him go. But I might see who they have got available. There's Johnson, there's no way he'll join us, and there's no way Liebert will join us either. Boston offered me an interview, going to turn it down. Hartlepool, wow. I'm going to turn that down as well, I'm afraid. Why is he on my list? I know this guy is because I tried to sign him. I'll have a word with the board actually. Let's have a look at the finances. A proper look at the finances. So balance wise, minus 400,000. Okay. I can't see that they're going to let us increase our wage budget. What about trial day? Nope, won't let me do that either. I'm a bit stuck then, really. Increased transfer budget? Nope. Really frustrating. Trying to scrape results with a minimal budget at best, and that's putting it very, very lightly. Really, really struggling to make ends meet money-wise. Okay. So we have got Slimbridge again in the replay. Anderson is suspended. That's not necessarily a bad thing. So I'll put Morrison there for a second and then put Walker at right back, or right wing back. He is being retrained to play in that position. In terms of striking options, we don't really have any, which is not very good. I might put one of these guys on the bench. I might put Burrows on the bench instead of Morrison, just so we have someone who can play centre back also on the bench. Apart from that, I'll put Van in instead of Rooney. I think apart from that, we're good to go. hopefully we're not going to be as crap defensively this time round. WPG guy, welcome to the stream. Your advice on Berry turned out to be pretty good actually. He saw us through a difficult patch. So maximum credit there. Thank you very much for that advice. Don't suppose you've got any other advice, have you, for players to sign? Because we are short in the wings department again. One thing I haven't done is look at my youth squad, but the last time I looked there wasn't that much on offer, if that's a fair way of saying it. And, oh man, talk about lucky. Deflecting into the top corner there. That's a really, really poor goal to concede. Just sending out another quick tweet for those people who might not be aware. There is a stream on. Right, ball behind. Simpson running onto it. And he scored. Now I did not see that happening. That was quite something. Fair enough. That's fair enough. As I say, what happened was we had 3 wingers who could play on both sides at the start of the season. 2 of them are now injured. Olasanya is one of them. He's nearly back from injury though. But the other one, Andrew, he's out for I think it's 6 months maximum with a Achilles tendon injury. And Meenan, who we've got on the bench, is our other cover option, but he's 33, I think, 34. So at this level, he can still play, obviously, but he's not the real young, nippy winger that we're used to having in the team. I mean, Olasanya's 22, Andrew was 19. I think like even players like Simpson is in his early 20s. So we could do with some good young players as cover. What I would quite like to do is build up a reserve squad and have them on standby. Meenan is definitely experienced. I mean, all the wingers that I had available to me, I think apart from Andrew, who made his professional debut with us, the rest of them have all had experience at some level. It's just a case of it's a financial problems. That's the reason I can't bring in anyone in. They just don't want to sign for the wages. Yeah, I'll have a look at the youth team again after this, see if there is a better option. There was a centre midfielder who was emerging, I do remember. So I might have a look, see if he's nearly ready. I'd say one a season we get through from the youth team. The usual thing of when the youth candidates play against the under-18s and they recommend the players that you should sign up. Oh, that's a poor goal to concede as well. There's always one a season that are pretty good. That's a really poor goal to concede. That's the kind of goal that we normally score. I'm not really sure why our defensive line is playing so high. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you might get a chance to see Meenan in a second. Although saying that, Sejic and Simpson are actually playing okay. It's just Constantinu up front again. He's having a poor game. Am I midfield? Oh dear, I didn't even see what the time was then. The midfield is knackered and the defence is knackered. Let's see. I'm going to bring Akinuli on up front. And when I get the chance, I'm going to switch to Overload. hopefully now. Yeah. I didn't realise we were so late in the game. We've got to try and get back into this. It's getting away from us. But the wings are such an important part of what we're doing in this new tactic. So when someone's missing, it really does cost us. Oh, Kerins! That was the last kick of the game. Oh, that's bad. We're out of the cup. Okay. We're still in the FA Trophy. No, we're not in the FA Trophy. We're still in the Isthmian Premier League Cup, or whatever it's called. Danny Durkin. A guy who's finishing as less than 8 just scored against us. Boy, that's bad. Okay, under 18s. Let's have a look at them, shall we? So here's one of the guys who I might promote soon. Yenga. He's got good potential, good recommendation. In terms of the wings, Jimmy Simpson on the left hand side, £1.5 star. That's it really for the left hand side, and it's whether he can actually play as an attacking midfielder or not. It's almost not really worth the risk, is it? Clive Reese, though, he could perhaps actually. Again, looking at the stats that make a winger are crossing, dribbling, pace. He's got pace, but the rest of it not great. This guy though, Yenga, he could perhaps make it. Another good shout, under 23s. Brendan Brindley and Luke Hatch are our main candidates. Maybe this guy here as well, Curtis Thompson. His stats are on the rise. Still not quite high enough. I'll check our squad again because Olasanya is on his way back. "9 days and 2 weeks for Olasanya." Here's Andrew. He's out for 4 to 5 months still. Howell's out for 2 weeks. He was the other cover that we had. I mean, I could bring Mooney into it. Play him on the right hand side. Problem is, again, his stats are terrible. And there's Berry, who is out on loan. I can't recall him. Yeah, it's frustrating. I wasn't expecting all those injuries to happen so close together. It was literally bang, bang, bang. But I think Olasanya got injured the match after Andrew did. And then Howell came in for Olasanya and he got injured straight after. So that's poor. It's another cup competition that we're out of. Yeah, they don't want him to join us on loan. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get team reports from them. No, I'm not. That being said, I mean, they've got... No, did not want to do that. Still 1-0 to Stevenage, which is good. That keeps me in a good mood at least. In real life, things are going the way they should be. Should I be getting in players on trial from a French team that I've never heard of? In fact, what team is it? Oh no, I have heard of them. What am I talking about? Depends who they've got, really. I mean... It's unorthodox, but sometimes that works out for you. This guy, I know this guy. He came from Chelsea. Or did he? No, maybe he was linked with Chelsea. I wouldn't have thought he'd be interested, but you never know. There's Martin. This guy here, Luc Petit. Or Luca, as he should be called. Whoops. Actually, there's one player. There's one player who I haven't looked up yet. I'm under incredible financial constraints. The team is, well, the club is losing money. Well, it's hemorrhaging money, really. Every single season, it's getting worse and worse. Sort of puts me under pressure, really, to get a promotion or some kind of... No, Yemi's retired. What was I saying? Oh yeah, to get a promotion or some kind of, you know, good cup run or something that will get the money coming in. Because we are really, really struggling financially, and it's going to get worse and worse each year. So we're going to end up losing more and more players every single season, if we're not careful. I mean, staying up last season gave us a little bit of a financial boost, but it does need to be more than that. So really, it's free transfers and loans I'm looking for. And annoyingly, we're £500 a week below our wage budget, and yet it won't let me offer more than £20 a week to a player. So on that logic, I can sign 25 players on £20 a week and still come in under budget. But as you'd expect, no one in their right mind is going to join for that money. Connor Hughes. Dunstable. Ooh. Oh. I can still keep an eye on him, though. He certainly looks like a good player. And he's that second striking option that I was talking about, so that's a very good shout. Let's see, there's Giorgio. It's the really annoying thing of no one's offering players for loan either. Like, literally no one has got decent players for loan, and that really annoys me because that's so unrealistic.